Hello there. This is James, and you're watching OneRoyal, and it's live. In today's program, I want again pretty much talk about what I was saying for the last couple of episodes. That I think that despite all the excitement we had a little while back, reality is beginning to bite, and the implications of that on the actual market. But before I get into all of that, don't forget these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your research, do your due diligence, and of course, the risks at hand before entering any trade. With that out of the way, let's get started. So, like I said, I do think reality is finally beginning to bite. Because let's face it, a little less than a week, or just over a week ago, we had so much excitement in the market that, we were going to see some sort of truce with China and the United States. But reality is, it's a soft truce or a very fragile truce, which we'll talk a bit more about in a moment. But as well as that, it doesn't change the fact that we still have tariffs, or the highest tariffs since 1937. So I do think reality is beginning to kick in and bite the market. And it's not just that, it's the economy as well. Because Target had their earnings today, seventh biggest retailer in the United States. And let's face it, well, technically they missed the target, okay? They missed the target. They are the seventh biggest retailer in the United States and obviously member of the S&P 500 or part of the S&P 500, but it missed its quarterly estimates and it scaled back its 4-year sales outlook. And then you can see as well, compared to Walmart, which is the biggest, it is really indeed falling behind. And it's not having a good time of it. Now, obviously, as you can see in this little diagram here, it's not all because of recent events. There's other things as well, corporate decisions, which has impacted Target. But they did partially blame the reason for the missed target, so to speak, on revenue was because of consumer sentiment and uncertainty about tariffs. Now, don't forget, this follows. Oh, where have I gone? What's happened here? Where have I gone? There I go. Okay. Now, this follows, obviously, Walmart's warning last week after they did their they released their earnings. They also warned that prices will be going up this month. And here's the thing. Trump doesn't like that. Trump does not like that when this happens. And this is what he had to say when Walmart came out and said the prices are going to go up because of tariffs. He doesn't like this. This is what he said last week when Walmart started to blame or warned the consumer that prices were going to go up because of tariffs. He said this: Walmart should stop trying to blame tariffs as the reason for rising prices throughout the chain. Walmart made billions of dollars last year, far more than expected. He also went on to say this: between Walmart and China, they should eat the tariffs and not charge valued customers anything. I will be watching, and so will your customers. So far, there's a number of manufacturers and retailers which has faced Trump's wrath on this matter because they have come out. Amazon put it on their website doing like the pre-tariff price, the current price with the tariffs. Ford has put their costs up as well and warned about it. Mattel, which is not a country, by the way, just to establish that Mattel was not a country, because someone in the White House thought it was a country. It was not a country, it's a toy manufacturer. All of them have said negative things about tariffs and prices, and they've all faced Trump's wrath on this matter. And so far, really, the companies who are raising prices and told they've had to raise prices because of tariffs, Walmart, Mattel, like I said, Microsoft on their Xbox consoles and Xbox controllers, Ford, Stanley Black & Decker, and Temu, for example, the discount shopping online thingy, they've had to up their prices and stop special offers because of tariffs. So reality is, like I said, the reality is beginning to set in that, yes, indeed, prices are going to go up because there is still tariffs, and we're going to go into more of that in a moment. The other problem weighing down on the market as well at the moment, which is also a concern, is the market's beginning to ask the question, is there actually really a truce? Is there really a truce between US and China? Because it does appear to be extremely fragile. Don't forget, there was much rejoicing in the market a couple of weeks ago when it appeared that they were going to both give each other a 90-day delay and a reduction in those 90 days, with the US dropping their tariffs down from 145% down to 30%, and China dropping their tariffs down from 125% on US goods down to 10%. However, since then, we haven't heard much more about these negotiations, and it does indeed appear to be pretty fragile. For example, Chinese Commerce Ministry says that they would take legal action against any organization or individual assisting the US in discouraging the use of China's advanced semiconductors. So there is arguments over chips. And there is real shadow of a doubt that though it looked like they came to some agreement a little while ago, it's so fragile and so on tenterhooks that all that excitement might have been for nothing. And let reality bite for a second. Let reality bite because of what is currently going on. Okay, Chinese shipments of Apple iPhones to the US fell to its lowest level since 2011. 2011. And that was in April. This is when the tariffs started kicking in. As well as that, shipments to one of the biggest trading hubs in the United States, the port of Los Angeles, shipments dropped by 30% in early May. And it's not just the Chinese goods coming in. Japan is struggling. The House of the Rising Sun, that's a song. The land of the rising sun is getting hit hard by tariffs. Don't forget their GDP contracted last month. Now, Japanese motor vehicles and parts, which is a massive industry for Japan to the United States, fell by 4.1% in value from a year earlier. And here's my point I've been making. I've been saying this for the last couple of broadcasts as well. I've been talking about this. Yes, there was much excitement the other day when China and US looked like they had some form of truce. And we had a reduction of 145% tariffs on China down to 30. China reduced its 125% tariffs down to 10 on the US. But here's the reality at the end of the day. There's still 30%, which is still going to make things more expensive for 90 days only, don't forget. Okay, there's still 25% on cars coming in, apart from the UK. There's still 25% on automobiles and light cargo trucks from Canada. There's still 25% on steel and aluminium from all countries. And plus, there's still a 10% baseline tariff on all countries. So, there was much excitement the other day, but the reality is things are still going to go up because we still got the highest tariffs since 1937. And here's the thing. Reciprocal tariffs will return on the 9th of July if no deals are made by the 9th of July. And there's been no deals have been made so far. We're running out of time. Now, apparently, there's 18 major trade partners the US is focused upon to get deals. The only sort of sight of a deal we've got, which is sort of signed but not really signed on the dotted line, is with the UK. But we haven't got any major deals with the EU, which is going to be very complicated. Because don't forget, EU has said they will retaliate. China, okay, we've got a bit of a truce, but not much of a truce. Okay, South Korea, Japan started negotiations a couple of weeks ago, but that is currently fallen flat. So, like I say, reality is beginning to bite. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the market and see where we are with the market today. Like I said, the S&P, again, is down, open down, negative 0.46%. In fact, it stopped yesterday, or it ended its 6 days of gains on the back of, obviously, that hope of a truce between the US and China. But as you can see now, that 6 days of gains are coming to an end. Same with the NASDAQ as well. Slightly down for the day, 0.25. If we look at the Dow as well, slightly down for the day, down 306 points, currently negative 0.72%. And interestingly enough, just have a look at Target, actually, after that. They missed their earnings as well. They massive gap down, currently down, negative 6.01%. All because A, because of the warnings, and B, because they've missed their earnings. And you can see Walmart, again, retailers sort of hits each other. They're down currently for the day at the moment, negative 0.22%. And Apple as well, like I say, they're down as well because retailers, they all get impacted by this, obviously. Because like I say, when you're trading stocks and you're trading shares of any particular company, you look at what the competitors are doing. And again, all that can indeed have a negative impact. If we have a quick look at the Mag 7, though, Tesla slightly up for the day. Same with Meta, slightly up for the day. Microsoft down again as well, negative slightly, only by 0.25%. Same with Amazon as well, down 1.53%. Again, this has been hit by the Target, etc. Comments, etc. Alphabet is the same as well. Alphabet is slightly up today, but Nvidia, now this is an interesting one. Nvidia, their CEO today came out and said that the chip embargo or the regulation they put on is going to damage them. It's going to allow Chinese competitors to catch up, and they've missed a step. Now, obviously, as I mentioned earlier on, Chinese Ministry of Commerce threatened any legal action of any entity or any individual trying to stop, or any organization or any individual from the US trying to divert business away from Chinese semiconductors. So I do think this is going to end up being quite. Hello, what's this? Hello there. How are you? Hope you're good. Mark, isn't it? Nice to meet you, Mark. Hope you're good, buddy. Don't forget, guys, this is of course a live show, so you can indeed say hello anytime you wish. Or more importantly, what I really like is when people share their opinions as well. It's not just about my opinion or my view. It's about your view and your opinion as well. So like I said, I think, this chip thing, this chip war, I will start calling it, is going to be quite interesting development. Certainly, I certainly do. Anyway, moving on to something else I want to talk about. I think it's time, of course, for a currency update. Right, so let's have a look at some currencies because this news, like I say, this reality is also not only just affected stocks and the stock market, it started to slide. Like I said, the S&P has struggled, lost its or stopped its momentum of a 6-day of gains, but the dollar as well, the greenback has fallen to a 2-week low. So let's have a quick look at that at the moment. I've got more to talk about the dollar as well, because I've got some interesting points and interesting analysis on the old greenback. So first of all, excuse me, let's look at the euro dollar. Okay, euro dollar currently trading at 1.13, up for the day, obviously. And like I say, if we're looking at it, I mean, we're now look to have the 3rd day of gains for the single currency. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about the greenback. About the dollar. It is indeed weak. I mean, if I quickly show you before I go back to the euro dollar to make my point, if we look at the dollar index, for example, that's now back below 100 than it was. Back below 100. Hello there. Hello, sir. I hope you're well. Hope you're all good. Nice to meet you. How you doing? So yeah, it's back below 100 as well. So we can see that the dollar is indeed weak. And here's the thing. I want to go back to the euro dollar to have a look at it and make my point here. Now, I remember at the beginning of the year or end of 2024, beginning of the year, there was a lot of calls for the euro to go to parity. That then sort of vanished quite a fair bit this year. And there's a lot of analysts and a lot of banks actually think the greenback or the dollar is going to get weaker. UBS, for example, they said this in their recent analysis on the US dollar. We expect US growth to slow over the next few quarters, as uncertainty could put the brakes on investment decisions, which makes sense because there's so much uncertainty with these tariffs. They went on to say this: we think the convergence of growth and monetary policy leaves room for the euro dollar to move higher. We believe the US dollar could weaken in the up and coming quarter. And here's the number. This is important. This is their prediction. Okay. We introduce our end of June. So by the end of June 2026, they forecast the euro dollar to hit 120. Now, obviously, we've got a fair bit of way to go for the euro dollar to get anywhere close to that level. But like I say, if you look at all the calls, beginning of the year, there was fear that the euro could go to parity. And there's a difference. The Fed is sitting on their hands. ECB have been a little bit more aggressive with cutting rates, haven't they? So this has given the euro a little bit more flexibility. As well as that, this is why I think UBS may have a point. The US wants a weaker US dollar. Trump wants a weaker dollar as well. So that could be a fair point. If you look at the British pound as well, again, looks set to have a 3rd day of gains, currently trading at 134.28 up for the day. Another bit of news which may damper the cable or the sterling a little bit. UK inflation came in hotter today than anticipated. It came in at 3.5%. Anticipation was to come in at 2.6. So it did indeed come in higher than anticipated. So that's one thing to bear that in mind. If we have a look at the dollar yen as well, like I say, weaker dollar again, like I say, trading at a 2-week low currently at the moment. Hi. Hello there. Hi there, my friend. I hope you're good. Thank you for saying hi. Nice. I like when people come and have a chat. Like I say, it's the whole point. It's a live show. So we ask questions, we share opinions. I like to hear your opinions, what you guys think as well. But hi, really nice to meet you. I hope you're having a great day. I really do. I really do. Yeah. So again, like I say, despite this, of course, despite the fact that, like I said earlier on, the US GDP is contracting as well. Not US GDP, Japan's is struggling a lot, but still the dollar is weak. And finally, I want to talk about, and it wouldn't be a broadcast of mine if I did not talk about it. And that, of course, is the yellow metal, my beloved precious metal, which is again holding steady around $3,301. Again, like I say, the reality is beginning to bite. So its safe haven status is now being restored slightly. Again, the only thing, though I am indeed a yellow metal bull, my only concern, I've said this lots of times, it does appear to be a bit of a double top here, which I think might cap gold's further bullish run on that. But at the moment, it's still holding steady. We're set to have the third day of gains for the precious metal. Anyway, else this week, other things happening. We've got German manufacturing tomorrow, EU manufacturing PMI tomorrow, US manufacturing PMI, and UK retail sales still to come this week. Anyway, don't forget, of course, you can talk to me anytime you wish. It is indeed a live show, so you can ask me questions, you can say hi, but more importantly, what I like the most is hearing your views, hearing your opinions. Let me know what you think, so we can have a conversation on what is going on in the market and what we think. So I like to hear all of that, a bit more of that. So please feel free. If, like I say, watch my YouTube app. You can ask me questions or say hi anytime. Fortunately, I only speak English though. I can't read. I can only read English. So fortunately, that's the only issue. But thank you for saying hello anyway. Hello there. Hi, mister. Okay. Hi. Hello there. How are you? I hope you're good. Hope you're having a good day. Very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you. Excuse me. I'm fine. Oh, excellent. That's really good. That's really good to hear. Can I ask a question? What do you trade? Are you a metal trader like me, or hi, mister, as well? Hi, Larissa. Nice to meet you. How do you do? Hope you're well. Guys, let me know what you trade. What you're interested in. You're a gold trader like me, or are you a currency trader, a stock trader? Or ideally, you should have a portfolio. So you should have a combination of several, not just necessarily stick to one thing. Because I say the most valuable thing in trading is often an idea, not to be what's the word, narrow-minded, so to speak. I don't know anything about okay. So what is this is I'm obviously talking about the markets. No, I get you. I understand. So you just discovered me. Okay. Well, listen, it's like I say, it's a market commentary on what's going on in the stock market and currency market. And like I say, I do education as well. So I do education videos and things like that, which you can find obviously on the YouTube channel, the OneRoyal YouTube channel. So yeah, if you're interested to find out more about trading, about things like that, have a look at some of the educational stuff, which I've done and which I do as well on the YouTube channel and indeed on the website as well. Which brings me to something else as well. Like I say, at the same time, if you're not part of the OneRoyal family and you wish to find out more, you can go down in the description and click the link to find out a bit more about us if you're interested in finding out more. I got another comment here which says, no. Okay. What is this about? Hello, sir. First of all, nice to meet you. Hope you're good. This is just a market commentary, live stream. I'm talking about what's happening in the markets, in the stock market, given my view and an update, etc. What's going on. This is what this program's about, or this broadcast, which is live every day. if you're interested in trading or interested in the market, just come along. And it's really, to be honest with you, what it's about us talking and discussing ideas. That's what's the idea is. Where are you from? Where are you from? I'm James. You don't need to call me Mr. I'm actually originally from the United Kingdom. I'm British, as you can tell by my accent, for my sins. So forgive me. I'm originally from the UK, as you can tell. But thank you for asking. Nice question. Any other questions at all? Or any ideas? Or anybody's got anything they want to talk about or mention, or what they think is happening in the market? Like I say, if you're not part of the OneRoyal family as well, you want to find out. Oh, that's. Oh, you went there. You've been there. Very good. Whereabouts in the UK have you been? Whereabouts? It's okay. I'm from the south, obviously. Like I was saying earlier on, if you're not part of the OneRoyal family and want to know more, by all means, go into the description. You can click on the link below and find out a bit more about us. If you're interested in that. And like I say, and if you're new to trading, you don't know anything about trading or about the markets, and you're interested, by all means, go on to look on the YouTube channel. There are educational videos which I've done, and I'm frequently doing new educational stuff, which will be coming out soon as well. If you're interested to know more, it's there. And plus, at the same time, you can ask me questions on these live shows. Oh, you went to London, Fatima. You went to London. All right, nice, very nice. Good for you. Where are you from, my friend? Where are you from? The other thing as well, which I will mention, is I do notice a lot of people go back and watch recordings of these live shows, which is great because I like any type of support. Is great. It's nice to know that. So, if you are from Bahrain, and Bahrain and Qatar. Excellent. Okay, beautiful. Very, very good. Okay, this is not a market-related question, but hello, Assalam. Nice to meet you. Differential between direct marketing and branding, please. Okay, branding obviously is about establishing the name of the company, company's image, and company's reputation. Direct marketing is when obviously you're targeting individuals, specific groups which you think would be interested in your product, etc. But that's an interesting question. But like I say, this is a trading show. I'm not a marketer. I'm a market commentator or analyst. But thank you for asking the question all the same. Very, very good. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And nice to meet you. Any other questions at all? I mean, this is great. I love people saying hello and asking me questions. It's great. Okie dokie. Like I was saying, anyway, Ron, if you I notice a lot of people watch the recordings afterwards, which is great. Not everybody can make the lives because I go live every day practically at 2 p.m. GMT, just after the US. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Like I said, that's the clearest answer I understand it to be. Like I said, I'm not a marketer. I'm just an analyst, but I hope that helps out. I hope I'm right. But I know what branding is anyway. And nice to meet you, by the way. Really nice to meet you. And what's I going to say? So yeah, I say watch the recordings, and you do have a comment, or you do want to say something, or ask me a question. You're watching the recording. You put it in the comment section below. I will see it, and I will answer it next time I go live on air, which of course will be again tomorrow, because I go live every single day, mostly at 2 p.m. GMT, so we can look at the US Open and discuss what's coming up next in the week. As well as that, of course, if you're watching on YouTube and you like this sort of thing, by all means, subscribe if you like. Hit the notification button so you know next time I'm going live. And if you like this type of content, my style, and you put up with me, my over-the-top enthusiasm, etc., by all means, give me one of these. It's nice to know that you like what I do. Okay, well, like I say, excellent. Actually, that's a great question. Actually, I didn't know what I did. I came here, but I was watching a show and then play, and then clicked on the wrong thing, and I found you. I think it's really interesting for me. Well, okay, I'm glad you're finding it interesting, and it's a nice surprise. It's really nice to meet you. It is. It's very nice to meet you, and I hope. Okay, if you're finding it interesting, um, etc. Live. Okay, excellent. And I hope you're finding it interesting. And like I say, it's just basically these live shows is all really about what's going on in the market, the stock market, that is, what's happening in trading. Up to date, live every day, and also to share opinions of what we think potentially could happen in the future. And it's really for those who are into stock market or into trading, etc. That's what it's about. So again, and like I say, if you're new to this, by all means, check out some of the other content we have on our YouTube channel or on our website, where, of course, obviously we do some educational material. And as well as that, subscribe to the YouTube channel, at least, because I will be publishing a lot more educational videos soon, because that's, as well as a market commentator, I'm also an educator as well. So, bear that in mind, just so you know, just in case if you're interested in the future and all that. Okay. Brilliant. It's been really good chatting with everybody. Thank you. Thanks to Fatima, I hope I'm saying it correctly, Aslam as well, for your marketing question. Saeed as well, I think, there as well. I really appreciate your comments there as well. Okay. Okay, so let's have a look as well as that. Yes, so thank you very much for your comments, guys, and saying hello, because it's really what the show's about. It's supposed to be conversation. Most of us all talking about our ideas and asking questions and finding out more. Okay. In that case, if there is no other questions, brilliant chatting to everybody who said hello today. I really appreciate that. Leaves me to say, till next time, don't forget, these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your research, do your due diligence, and of course, know the risks at hand before entering any trade. Till next time, every single one of you, trade safe.